We saw down front. Dave.
LeBron, how'd you feel after the collision with Jason Tatum in the first half? And do you think it affected your game in the second half at all after the collision?
I felt like I needed to go back to the locker room, which I did, and kind of recalibrate. It was a tough blow. Obviously incidental. His shoulder hit me right square in my jaw, so just wanted to go back to the back and make sure everything was fine. But I don't think it didn't affect my game after that.
Is there anything else? Second row, Joe.
LeBron, we've talked to Ty and a couple other guys about this. Do you feel like as a team you kind of lost your composure in the fourth quarter?
No, I don't think so. I think that's easy to say. I think we had some good looks. We had an opportunity. It was a two-possession game. We're down 6. We had a great trap in the corner on Jaylen Brown, and I felt like we played great defense, and the foul was called on Al Horford. He goes and make 2. We don't score, and they kind of sent it back to a 10-point game after that. We still, as not as well we would like to play in the second half. It was a two-possession game at one point. We had a great defensive sequence that ended up in a foul for them. So that didn't work out for us.
Middle left.
Michael Pina, Vice Sports. For both of you, what did your reaction just to Marcus Smart's impact on tonight's game and in this series so far?
I think Marcus always makes plays at the right time. His ability to play multiple positions, but they put the ball in his hand and they trust him to make plays for others. He has a really cannon ability to get into the lane and either create for himself or create for others, and he did that a lot tonight with the 9 assists, and also has some offensive rebounds, some missed shots. So. He's always been very productive for their ball club.
Bob Schron, the Citizen. Thank you for your work that you do in Northeast Ohio, LeBron. That stretch, I asked Ty, that stretch bridging the end of the first half into the third quarter, how did that turn around in the game?
With turnovers. Turnovers and not defending for a full shot clock, especially in that third quarter. We've had our third quarter woes this whole season, and tonight was another example of that.
Back middle.
Tara Sullivan from the Boston Globe. LeBron, you used that phrase zero concern the other day after the Game 1 loss. When you have 42 and a triple-double and you still lose, what's your level of concern now?
We have an opportunity to go back home, protect home court. We're going to use these days to really dive in on what needs to be done to help our ball club be successful. And, they did. They did what they had to do, and that was protect home. And now it's our time to try to do that as well. So, we have a few days, like I said, and we're going to see what we made of on Saturday.
Back up front, Joe.
LeBron, I know you talked the first question about your injury. Were you checked for a concussion?
I was checked for multiple things, and I passed them all, so that's why I was able to come back and finish the half.
Ken Berger, Bleacher Report. LeBron, you mentioned after Game 1 you've been down 0-1 before, you've been down 0-2 before. This is the first time you've been down 0-2 in the East in 10 years. How do you think you will kind of digest that challenge over the next couple of days and kind of prepare yourself for what's going to be called for from you?
You ask, how will I digest it? I'm going to go home tonight and see my 3 kids, see my family, recalibrate, see my mom. I think I'll be fine. I'm not going to lose sleep over it. You go out and when you lay everything on the line, at the end of the day, you can live with that. So, I'll recalibrate as far as how I can help this team continue to be successful. How I can do some things to make us be even more complete. And, you know, the only way I probably won't get no sleep tonight if Kev don't get a question asked, probably at the end of the day.
I'm looking at Dave. I said, don't do it, Dave.
So I'm going to lose a lot of sleep if someone doesn't ask him a question. I'm be.
I can leave.
Dave.
Kevin Love, you guys.
I'm good now.
At times throughout the playoffs, it's been staggered where you or LeBron would be on the court basically at all times. So you have that as an offensive weapon. There was some success with the lineup without you guys in the second quarter, but not so much in the fourth. What's going to take to get consistency out of the rest of the Cavs outside of you two scoring in these playoffs?
I mean, I think you can actually take a lot from the Boston Celtics. I mean, they had, all their starters in double figures, and that comes a lot, I think, with not only Stevens put in the right position, but just their level of activity. I mean, they move the ball, they continue to cut. You mentioned Marcus Smart earlier. I mean, he was a plus 21 in this game. He just seems to do everything out there on the floor. So I think we can, definitely learn from them, and we have guys that are very capable too. So we just need them to be themselves. But I think, like Bron said, just getting back home and digesting what we need to do over these next few days will be big for those guys, and going back home in general and playing at the key will be huge.
Down front middle.
For Kevin also, Mike Petralia, CLNS Media. How do you guys go about generating the kind of energy plays Boston fed off of in the fourth quarter? How do you guys get those as you go back home? Is it all your crowd, or are there other things you guys can do?
It's a little bit of both. I mean, we definitely need to get to those 50-50 balls. I mean, Bron mentioned the play in the corner where they were able to get the ball out of that trap, and Horford got to the line and got 2 free throws, and that was a big momentum play for them. Especially there in the fourth, it kind of broke into not scoring the next play and breaking into several other momentum plays for them that really kind of sealed it for them. So that's just something that I think we can use our crowd for one, but also we just need to be better. We need to get to those 50-50 balls, create extra possessions on the offensive end with offensive rebounds, and get that ball moving.
Last question down front, Marla.
Marla Ridenour, Akron Beacon Journal. LeBron, it was kind of a physical game all night, Nance rolling around on the floor with Baines, and it went from there. How do you think you guys responded to the way they played?
I mean, it's the playoffs, so we expected for it to be physical. I wouldn't expect anything less, and I think we matched the physicality today. And so we gave ourselves a pretty good chance for 36 minutes, and that 12 minutes in the third quarter just it killed us. So, but as far as the physicality of the game, I think we was where we needed to be as far as that.
Okay, that's going to wrap it up for us. Thanks.